First at 6, a security alert if you work or do business in a federal building. 3 months after the deadly Navy Yard attack, a new report reveals thousands of federal guards may not be able to protect against intruders. The revelation from a Government Accountability Office report has Congress demanding some answers.
Chris Van Cleve has been digging through the report. He's live outside the Reagan building with the findings. Chris.
Your tax dollars are paying for the security guards who work in federal buildings like this one here at the Reagan building. Many of them are armed. They're at those security checkpoints, but they may not know what to do if someone comes in with a gun. Chilling security camera video shows Navy Yard shooter Aaron Alexis during his rampage, an active shooter situation that killed 12 people, and raised the question, are other government buildings prepared? A recent Government Accountability Office report finds many of the armed private security guards who would be the first on the scene have not been trained for an active shooter scenario.
If somebody's with a firearm in a federal building and we have a PSO officer there, nothing here says that they will engage them.
The original objective and mission of the PSO was to ensure the safe egress and egress of people coming into the facility. It was not to pursue an active shooter.
The Federal Protective Service Police oversee security at 9,600 federal buildings nationwide. We rode along as they trained at D.C.'s Reagan building in 2010. But the agency doesn't have the manpower to put cops in every building. Instead, FPS hired 13,500 contract guards to man security checkpoints. The GAO found many weren't trained as screeners, and 5 companies hired by FPS reported their guards were not trained to respond to an active shooter.
If they, in fact, do engage the shooter, if they come into contact with one another, they will engage.
The GAO report disagrees, finding FPS has limited assurance that its guards are prepared for this threat.
In my view, this is a huge hole in basic security.
Brad Garrett is a crime and terrorism analyst for ABC News.
You're only as good as your front line. And if your front line is not adequately trained and doesn't know what to do, potentially in a crisis situation, you've got a big gap.
And in just the last few minutes, we received a response from the Federal Protective Service, a spokesman telling us by email FPS concurs with the GAO findings and that the agency has reviewed current active shooter procedures and is determining if additional enhanced training is necessary. We're live in Northwest Washington tonight. Chris Van Cleve, ABC 7 News.